Welcome back to the Mortgage Wise radio show and video podcast, where we provide expert advice on personal finances, mortgages, and real estate investing to help you attain personal financial success. So in this video, we're going to talk about the third step of the 5 steps to achieve financial freedom. So stay tuned, but before we leave off, remember, knowledge is the new money. So get you some.
You're listening to the Mortgage Wise radio show and video podcast.
It's absolutely crucial.
To find out more and for the podcast library, visit themortgagewiseradioshow.com or call 504-270-2783. Now back
Hello
to the
and welcome back. I'm Randy Chambers, and you may know me as the Executive Director of the Louisiana Housing Authority, a corporate branch manager with Geneva Financial, which is a national mortgage bank, a speaker, a financial educator, the co-host of the Mortgage Wise radio show, and also real estate investor. But what you may not know is that I had some challenges I had to grow through personally too with my finances to get to a point where I'm at today. Listen guys, that was a time that I used to hope, wish, and pray that when I come home that I turn the lights on and they actually come on, right? So have you ever been in that situation you just did not want to look at your finances because sometimes it will cause depression, right? Or if you are married, right, your spouse and yourself start fighting over cash, right? Stress, right? You didn't want the stress, so you just tend not to pay attention to your finances and just hope and pray that everything's going to be all right, right? Now, we have to stop that, right? And so that's the purpose of this step. This step is number 3 of the 5 steps to achieve financial freedom. Now, I encourage you to go back and watch the first 2 steps of the videos that I've created, right? So I'll give you a lot of content. So you want to know what those 2 steps are. But the third step is what we're going to talk about today, and that is knowing where you are financially. Yes, you heard me correctly. Knowing where you are financially. What are your currently monthly living expenses? You must know that. That's vital to your success, right? How are you going to get to a destination if you don't know where you're at? For example, imagine that you decided, say, you know what? I'm going to go to San Diego, California on this date, right? But you don't even have a clue where you're at. You're blindfolded. You don't know where you're at. You have no idea where to start. How are you going to get to that destination of San Diego? How are you going to know the exact steps, the exact turns to get there if you don't know where you're currently at? So it's critical that you know. So I encourage you to take some time, go get your glass of wine, do a little praying for you, whatever you got to do to get yourself in a comfortable position, right? Where you're not stressed, you're not worried, get excited, right? Be super excited to do this, right? So that way you get you in the proper mind state. Now you sit down, you go to your online bank account, you pull up the last couple of 3 months, right? Pull up the last 3 months. And you go through your bank statement line item by line item to see exactly what you're spending your money on. And you're going to be surprised of the amount of money that's being wasted right now, right? So you'll be able to make some adjustments. You got to be willing, guys. You got to be willing to make some adjustments along the way. Because remember, you have to be able to put yourself in a position of knowing. So now that you know exactly where are your cash going at, you can make those critical adjustments. And now your future is going to change. Because you heard the old cliche, if you keep doing the same old thing, the same old way, you could expect the same results. If you think of anything differently, if you think the results are going to change, then you are insane, right? So make decisions today. Decide that you're going to know what your financial house looks like. Make those adjustments so your future can change. So listen, guys, this is more like a dialogue, right? Not a monologue. I'm here to be able to help you and serve. I love reading your comments, right? So leave me your comments. Tell me one takeaway that you took from this video. Share it with us, like it, comment. I'm excited for you guys. So let's change a generation through this information. God bless and enjoy the rest of your day on purpose.
That brings today's show to a close.
Oh, come on!
Thank you for listening to the Mortgage Wise radio show and video podcast. If you enjoyed this episode, feel free to share it with a friend and subscribe. Please follow us on YouTube, Instagram, and Facebook at the Mortgage Wise Radio Show. If you want to learn more about what we talked about today, give us a call at 504-270-2783. Or to view our podcast library, please visit our website, themortgagewiseradioshow.com.
Autobots, roll out.
Until next time, choose to have a great day on purchase, Mortgage Wise friends.
Go home.